Bobby Peer with TAPinto, and I'm here today with Jeralyn Lawrence of Lawrence Law. Hi, Jeralyn.
Hey, Bobby, how are you? Good to see
I'm
you again.
great. So great to see you.
You
And
as
we're
well.
festive in our red.
Trying to be festive.
Yeah, which brings up a topic that I'd like to talk to you about.
Sure.
I love your expertise on all the subjects we talk about, but
Thank you.
we're entering holiday season. We're full blown into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard for those that are going through separations and divorce. And really, I would love advice on the survival of how to get through when you know that divorce is imminent, and we can go from there.
Perfect. So the first thing I would say is set reasonable expectations. Don't have anything in your mind that any family is living that hallmark moment, whether they're married, newly separated, divorced. Um, Holidays can be stressful, uh, lots to get done in a short period of time. So tensions can be high. And so just set reasonable expectations as to what holidays look like in your mind and what they are in reality, so that when you are comparing, and what do they say? Comparison is the thief of joy, right? When you're comparing, do an accurate comparison. It's not this perfect Hallmark movie to the madness that's in your home.
Right.
The madness is in every home, whether you are intact, divorced, whatever, wherever you find yourself.
And social media does not help.
It does not. It absolutely shows. It's putting everybody's best foot forward for sure.
Yeah.
But that's not what should be the barometer as to
Right.
what a holiday looks like.
And do you see an uptick in consultations of trying to get the help on how to proceed if you think that a divorce is going to happen? And do the holidays bring that out?
They do. They do. I mean, this month is very busy. There's a lot of activity with regard to parenting time schedules around the holidays.
Yeah.
Communication about the parenting time schedules, which we encourage that communication to be happening, months ago, and not leave it to last minute. But sometimes those things happen. So it's busy now. But January, usually September and January are our busiest months.
Really? Okay.
January becomes busy because people often say, let me just get through this last holiday. Let me manage this last holiday. Or there's something that happens during the holiday where they're just pushed over the edge. They're at their breaking point. So
yeah.
January will likely be even busier.
Okay. Yeah, they're just trying to get through.
We see that in the September. We see that why it's busy in September is because people are trying to get through their last summer vacation, and then it gets to the holidays and they trying to navigate that last holiday together. So it's why September and January are typically our busiest months.
Yeah. So if, say, there's a family that has already done the separation, any tips on how to create a fair separation and sharing the kids?
Yeah, so try to stay true to what your holiday schedule looked like intact. If there was a special day or time that was very important to the other parent, if you can agree that that parent keeps that time in exchange for you keeping time that's important to you, see if that's something that you would consider. Otherwise, the courts are really just going to equally divide or at least alternate the holidays. So plan accordingly. But if you end up not having Christmas Day this year, and that's really meaningful to you, make December 26th your Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Just because the calendar says December 25th, your kids aren't going to necessarily care that it's December 25th. Make it December 26th.
And make it so it's happy for the kids.
Make a new tradition, you know, and they're going to remember how they felt that morning. They're going to remember the feelings and all the magic that comes with it from the event, not the number on the calendar.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I don't know if this is an appropriate question, but if there's finances involved in handling the holidays?
Like sharing gifts and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well, usually that can be addressed in, if there's an agreement, that can be addressed in the agreement. Oftentimes, child support will cover some of that. If there's something extraordinary, you certainly are going to have to talk to the co-parent before you purchase it, if you're looking
Yeah.
for contribution from the other parent. If you're not looking for contribution, then there doesn't
It's
need to
so
be
complicated
a,
at
it
times.
is a conversation. But look, have those conversations September, October, November,
Yeah.
and try to get on the same page. There's parenting platforms out there that help with the communication. For example, like Our Family Wizard is a great co-parenting platform. It monitors tone and how everybody's
Okay.
speaking to each other. It has financial components into it where you can enter into the program what you've spent and then ask for reimbursement for whatever their share is. So just try to get ahead of it
Okay.
earlier in the year instead of waiting to the last minute. But that becomes a communication issue.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it again, all I can say, I've been through the divorce, and it's very hard because at the end of the day, you want happy children.
right.
So if you need to sacrifice and maybe can join in the holiday, like
Yeah,
enjoy it while you can with the kids.
absolutely. I mean, that's the goal,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's the goal. And the goal is to keep them out of it the best that you can. So don't use them as messengers, and don't share any negative thoughts you may have with the about the other co-parent. The kids don't really need to know that. So make sure you have a strong village, stronger than ever, to get you through the holidays,
Yeah.
particularly if there are problems with regard to sharing, financially as for the gifts. It's crazy, but there are some times where you have to get the two iPads, and you have an iPad in one house and an iPad in the other house.
Yes.
Where if you were able to co-parent, that iPad would go back and forth. But if that's your reality, keep your mental peace and just get the iPad.
And it's not always fair.
It's not, as hard as we try, it's certainly not perfect.
Right.
It's a great system. We have a great court system. Unfortunately, if you need to use it, um, but fairness sometimes is not always what's achieved.
Yeah.
Try.
I do always like the resources that you provide. So in the article, I will include the resources that you would give advice for parents to maneuver or navigate through this holiday
Perfect.
season.
Well, thank you. It's tough, and everybody just wants to have a nice, peaceful, joyous, memorable holiday, and that's what the kids deserve. So hopefully, everybody can rise above whatever bad feelings they're having, put it aside for a couple days, and just act in the best interest of their children. And what do they want their children to remember?
Yeah.
What feeling do they want their children to invoke? Years from now when they're thinking about their holidays. And hopefully that's the guiding factor or force that becomes the baseline for people making decisions.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
As
you, Barbara.
always, it's great to spend time with you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having me.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Yes.